What's going on, everybody? Your man Eric Wilson, Sports Arena here. It is day 4 of the National Scouting Combine. It is the last day here that we are going into at the Grand Park Events Center, Colts training camp. Tomorrow is the last day. We've got the field goal kickers, the punt return kickers, the long snappers. But this gentleman sitting next to me has been a part of the organization for quite some time right now. And, it's one thing to try and get an interview. But when Coach Daniels tells you that he wants to be interviewed, that is a high honor. So first and foremost, sir, thank you so much for joining me here tonight on the show.
My pleasure. Definitely my pleasure.
So, Coach Daniels, you have been a CFL player, you've been a CFL scout, and you still currently are working with the different teams and helping these young men kind of elevate their game to the next level.
Yes, I'm currently working with several different leagues, football operations, and different player personnel activities that they're in. I've been coaching for a number of years in the arena game for different arena football leagues and different arena football teams.
So you have a very interesting story tonight, one that I'm very thankful that I get to share. I just want to bring this down just so, okay, there we go. Um, you actually met a young man and you've been working with him. And when the opportunity presented itself for him to be a part of the National Scouting Combine, you wanted him to get the full scope of what the Combine has to offer. Can you just talk to myself and to our viewers about that?
Well, normally I'm talking to players who are interested in being uh, uh, getting a shot to be on the professional level. And when you talk about the National Scouting Combine, that's what they really want to do. So I'm usually pushing that and letting them know this is the channel or the way that you can go about being able to do that. So a particular situation here was I was explaining it to some players that I'm working with down in South Georgia, North Florida area. And at the end of the conversation, I had a gentleman to come over to me and he said, "What do you do? What do you say you do now? What are you talking about?" So he wanted to know more about what I was saying. And I explained more to it. And he said, "Well, how do you get to do something like that?" So I was saying to him, I said, "I mean, how can you be a part of it?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, the players, you have to register and get looked at and then go from there." He said, "No, no, no. I'm talking about what you do." I said, "What you mean, what I do?" I said, "I normally evaluate players and stuff like that." He said, "So, hey, I'm looking to do something like that." I said, "Well, what is it do you actually looking to do?" He said, "I want to get into the business side of sports." And I said, "Oh, and the operations side." And I said, "Oh, so you're looking at this a little different." I said, "So why would you ask me about that?" He said, "I'm in grad school, and in grad school, uh, that's what I want to do, business. And sports business is what I've been doing for a long time." So I told him, I said, "Talk to me next week about it." So the next week came, and of course, at the end of practice, he came up again. I said, "Oh, you might be kind of serious about this." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm very interested." I said, "I see that you are." So at that time, I said, "Well, here, let's do this. I'm going to make a phone call, and I make these phone calls. Um, what I think you need is probably to do some internship with us. And we've been looking for people that are interested in doing it. And so let me make some phone calls." I made a couple of phone calls to Jimmy Kibble with National Scouting Combine, and Jimmy was like, "Give the guy my number and let him give me a call." So I said to him, I said, "Well, hey, it's probably a couple of things that they can put together for you. So don't be so gung ho to think everything will be laid out for you, but just be heads up to know that you got to do some things to make this happen." It's kind of like in the last moment, because we start, see, we getting ready for next year as soon as we close out here. So this was like less than 30 days ago. And so he made the phone call, and then Jimmy called me back and he says, interesting guy. I think he's very interested about doing this. Let's get some more information from him." And so we gave him a couple of tasks to do, and he completed those tasks in a timely manner. And guess what? He's here with us as an intern with the National Scouting Combine right here for the 2021 season.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge. And to know that the network that exists just within this organization, but not only to have that, to be, mentored and coached by a man such as yourself, that's exactly what, I'm talking about when I speak about what this organization can do and what it does for people. It not only is about the athletic side of things, and as they say, it is an exclusive testing event for aspiring pro athletes. But when you break it down and you get to the business side of it, it's also introducing to these young men that football is not only just about what you do on the field, it is those behind the scenes, off the field things that can further your knowledge and love of the game.
Oh yes, most definitely. And it has transpired with him already. At the most, I thought maybe he might be just working with me. Looked up, he's also working with Phil Blackwell also. And then I looked up the other day, he was filming. I think he's doing some stuff now while we're doing this. But he now I had to pull him back to work with me because I was like, I need you now. So I'm like, hold up, he wasn't even supposed to be here. And so now different areas here are depending on what he brought to the table for him to do these things. So I think he found a home or a rental house, a rental property or something.
Well, definitely welcome to the family. And I just want to say thank you to you because your knowledge each and every year continually gets better just because you stay so fresh and you've elevated your game and elevated your craft continually as the game evolves. Coach DJ Daniels has also evolved. And the fact that he, again, not stingy with his information, willing to share with those who have that commitment to be a better person, individual all the way around, using those outlets, having those opportunities, meeting those people. That's what this is all about at the end of the day.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't wait to let you interview this guy. I'm going to go ahead and introduce him. I met him in Thomasville, Georgia, and he was in grad school at Florida State University. He went to Grambling on his undergrad, and he told me he was from Miami, Florida. So I'm like, you up here, you're doing this, you're doing that, and guess what? When he leaves today, I'm gonna throw him in the back seat of my car with me. I'm taking with me. Okay. All right. Here he is, Brian Kelly. King. But it's King too.
I'm gonna get him in here in just a moment.
At Fusion Sport, we're all about driving human performance. We develop and support a range of technologies all designed to assist people to be their best. Smarterbase is used by hundreds of elite sporting organisations across the globe, and more recently has been used by the military and performing arts as well.
Our Smarterbase technology has at the heart of it an integrated and connected philosophy. What's different about Smarterbase is that it's truly flexible and self-engineerable. That really puts the power into our customers' hands, and it allows them to use it in unique ways that perhaps we haven't even thought of.
We don't tell them the rest of the field, but here comes Jimmy Stone.
Welcome back to the Sports Arena, ladies and gentlemen, here on the NS Combine Twitter page, Twitch TV, and also YouTube. So the man that Coach DJ Daniels was talking about, Mr. Brian King. Brian, thank you so much, man, for joining me here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is going to be an interesting interview because typically when I talk to guys, they are athletes who are here performing at the National Scouting Combine. But you, sir, as Coach Daniels has said, you are here for more of the business side of things. So talk to me about not only your love of the game, but your love for wanting to be on the other side of the ball, if you will.
Yeah, so I started playing the game at the age of 5 and back in Miami, Florida, my hometown. I played all the way to high school. In high school, I had some injuries, so I switched to track. So once I went to track from my sophomore year high school to senior year, I found that I had more upside in track than football, or more opportunities came to me in track than football at the time. So I took that talent. I went to Grambling State University for my freshman year. I was able to perform at Division I level at Grambling State. And from there, I transferred to FAMU. And that's when I graduated from FAMU. Right after that, I started playing semi-pro football for the Unconquered Cobras, which is a North Florida team that involves itself with South Georgia.
Okay.
And Coach DJ is our defensive coordinator. He introduced himself to the team. He told us what he did, and I just hopped on it because I saw a lot of things that I wanted to do that he was already doing. And we played the same position, defensive back.
Okay.
He's also an HBCU grad.
Yes.
And that's something that's big to me.
Yep.
Especially being in my culture and everything like that is very important to me. So I felt like he'd have been a good mentor on the field and outside the field. Now, as far as I wanted to go on the business side, because I noticed that football's not going to last forever. So I kind of want to push both sides.
Life lessons from a young man. Life lessons from a young man. Football is not forever. But embrace that moment when you can. Please go on. I need people to understand that as we continue and have these conversations.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So I'm not saying I'm giving up on being an athlete, but when it's over, I want to already have a stepping stool, already be somewhere. I don't want to have to wait and start over. So I saw an opportunity and I just took it.
I'm still amazed. And let me ask you, how old are you?
24.
24 years old. This young man already has his game plan lined up for himself. He knows what he wants to do. He's still going to chase his dream, but he also realizes that what is going to come next for him, and is doing things such as coming to the National Scouting Combine and networking and meeting people, but just taking this knowledge and learning about it, learning that, yes, this is not the be-all, end-all. You are not going to play 15, 20 years in the NFL. You very well might. But statistics have shown otherwise. So the question that is always asked, what do you do next? This young man already has that game plan in mind. So I'm very excited to continue and watch your journey, sir. So what is next for you after, because the combine after tomorrow is over. So what's next for you?
I've been thinking about that as the days been winding down, because I like how the combine is being run. I like the opportunities. So I'm thinking about participating next year. So
if you're going to participate, what position? Defensive back, right?
Defensive back, yes.
All right. So why, besides learning from your mentor, Coach Daniels, and he played the same position, what is it about that position that speaks to you?
Well, when I first started playing football at age of 5, my dad and my uncle were my coaches. And one thing that me and my dad and his coaches agreed on, that he would never coach his son on the team.
Okay.
So my uncle's not my dad, but he's probably the next thing to it. And he played defensive back.
All right.
And that's how that connected. And that's the position he put me at, and I played it ever since.
So once you were there, that was it?
That was it. No coach. Even when I left their hands and went to different coaches, they never switched me.
Wow.
So I played defense my entire life.
So as a defensive guy, and I have a personal affection for those guys, because I still say one of the best safeties in the game ever was my man, number 20, Weapon X, Brian Dawkins, who actually was from Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. So, so when I hear about cornerbacks and safeties, I always like to pick at them a little bit, because I know you have to have a certain sense about you, a certain confidence about you to be able to go out there, because truly I feel like it is one of the most respected positions if done correctly.
Yes. I feel like it's honestly the hardest position athletically.
Yeah.
I feel like quarterback is the overall hardest, but I feel like a corner is already at a disadvantage because you line it up and expect it to go backwards. You don't know where the receiver is going. You don't know where the play is going. So you have to study. You have to be smart. You have to be athletic. Giannis, my uncle used to always tell me, you need to be the best athlete on the team, the fastest person on the team, the quickest person on the team. Because the things you have to do, most people on a football team can't do.
And you have to do it both physically and also mentally.
Yes. You have to be confident, but be careful don't be too cocky.
Yeah, there's that sweet spot. So let me ask you a question. And even though you're not performing this year, and I'm going to re-ask you this question again next year when I see you back here at the National Scouting Combine 2022, if you could play for any NFL team, which team would you want to play for? And more importantly, why?
I want to first say my favorite team is the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
But I would love to play for the Baltimore Ravens because of their culture and their swagger from defensive backs. Like, my favorite player of all time is Ed Reed.
There you go.
And even though he plays the safety,
yeah,
and I prefer to play the corner. I just love the years they had of this being dominant and their leaders. And they have so many people going to the Hall of Fame, and they deserve it. It's not given; they all earned it. And the longevity, all the players played all their players played about 10 years plus, and are good all of those years. So I would say the Baltimore Ravens would be a team that I would love to play for.
All right. This is Mr. Brian King, 2022 National Scouting Combine athlete. He was here this year getting the business knowledge and getting his mind right, preparing himself for next year. You know there's going to be a high bar set for you, sir.
Yes,
I just want to let you know. But I am excited to see what you do next year. Thank you so much for your time here tonight, sir. I really appreciate it. Stay blessed. And Coach Daniels, man, you got a gem. This man educates you from start to bottom. I mean, from top to bottom, start to finish. But I think you made the best impression because you let him know that you were committed to doing this.
Yes, for sure. I definitely appreciate both of you guys and Mr. Jimmy because it was a last minute thing, and he was very consistent with me and straightforward, and he helped me out a lot going just over the past month to get here. But
more important than that, sir, you saw the opportunity and you didn't waste it.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations. I'm excited to see what you do next year, man. Best of luck to you. Safe travels back to Florida for you and Coach Daniels. Your man, Eric Wilson. When I come back, a gentleman who I had a conversation with earlier today, the co-inventor of something that is going to, I think, ultimately change how the kickers are changing the way they play the game of football in the NFL, CFL, AFL, and across the board. More with Mr. Bill Shaver when I come back.
Connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
Generations Physical Therapy has been the Tri-State's leader in physical therapy services for over 20 years. And now we have a convenient location right in the heart of the capital city of Charleston, just off I-64. With convenient parking and flexible hours, your access to physical therapy is second to none. Plus, Snap Fitness is also in sight with 2 floors of gym equipment and sports enhancement training through A-Game Sports Performance. So whether you're needing hands-on physical therapy or looking to get results in our gym, our family's ready to help yours. Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness. Multiple services, multiple locations. Experience you can count on.
Welcome back to the Sports Arena. Your man Eric Wilson here on the NS Combine Twitch, TV, Twitter, and of course, YouTube page. I've been doing this for 4 days. Oh, let me tell you, I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm excited. It's one thing to be physically and mentally tired, but when you do what you love, you continue to grind through it. So this gentleman is the co-inventor for LaunchpadKickoffT.com. And let me just show you what he has created. I'm going to have him go into a little more detail. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it's the simplest things that change the world. And I really think when it comes to the game of football, specifically when it comes to the kicking side of things, this right here is, I'm just going to say, damn near revolutionary. But he is the co-inventor, Mr. Bill Schaefer. Bill, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Eric. Good to be here.
So let's dive into this, because we had this conversation earlier, and you were talking to me about, like I said, this is, if you look at it, I'm like, okay, how is this going to change football? Will you just explain to the viewing audience not only what this is, but how it is changing things?
Sure, I'd be delighted. Thank you. The Launchpad Kickoff Tee is not like other kickoff tees. Okay, most football tees, the ball leans backwards, and you can't really see it this way, but the ball kicking that way, kicking this way, the ball leans backwards. With the Launchpad Kickoff Tee, the ball leans forward. It's for a forward kickoff lean, and what this does is we're finding that guys are getting up to 10 yards more distance and up to a half a second more hang time just by using this tee.
Wow.
And we're very excited about that.
Okay, so please tell me, how did this go from thought to production?
Great question. We obsess on football. I'm 60 years old. I've been kicking for a long, long time. And so we sit around thinking about kicking.
And wait, really quick.
Sure.
You plan on kicking tomorrow, do you not?
Absolutely.
I'm hoping 60 years old and the man is still kicking. Let's go, people. What's your excuse?
I'm hoping to reach a new plateau tomorrow, not a plateau, but a new level of kicking tomorrow under the guidance of Scott Puchel and Jimmy Kibble with the combine. But we noticed that everybody that generally kicks a field goal has the ball with a forward lean for a field goal, but there's been no tee that allows that. The ground zero, every other tee out there has a backward lean. And so we're thinking, why don't we make a tee with a forward lean? So we took a shoe, if you can imagine this, and we cut the shoe in half. And doesn't this kind of look like a shoe?
It does.
Yeah.
Like the
back half of a shoe. We cut the shoe in half. We cut the back out of it, and we duct taped it up. I mean, we're from Ohio. It's very close to West Virginia. This is how we roll. And we put the ball on this thing, and instantaneously, I got 10 more yards off of my kickoffs, instantly. And so then we went into modeling, and we did all kinds of production, and out came the Launchpad Kickoff Tee. And now, since it's been for sale for about a year, we've sold over 2,000 units. 300 of the top college programs in America have bought this tee already.
Okay. Yep. So I have to ask a strange question, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. Are we going to see this on Shark Tank at some point? Am I going to look on Shark Tank at some point and see you and the rest of the people who have been a part of your company, and you being a co-inventor? Are you going to be pitching this to Damon John and Mr. Wonderful and Mark Cuban? I mean, Mark said, he might not be a football guy, but he does own a sports team. So
yeah, let me look into my crystal ball. I don't know. I would, maybe we will. I don't see that in the future. Maybe we would. That's a good question. But the way things are going right now, a lot of people are taking notice of this, and this combine is a big part of that. And your program is a big part of that. People see this, they're intrigued. People send in their film, and then it's proliferating all over the U.S.
Let me just put the website up here so you guys can see it. We're scrolling on the bottom of the screen here. LaunchpadKickoffT.com. This thing, I'm telling you right now, I'm just going to go ahead, even though Mr. Schaefer here will not crystal ball it. Y'all know me. I'm a guy who likes to go out and make bold predictions. So let me make a bold prediction right now. I think in the next 3 years, the Launchpad Kickoff Tee is going to be in the NFL. I said it. So remember, when it happens, you heard it here first. But that is how confident I am, and that's because I know that the National Scouting Combine introduces people, brings networks together, and can sometimes do such amazing things, like be on the cutting edge when it comes to the game of football. I'm so excited to see you guys kick tomorrow. Like I said, my only thing that I'm kind of a little upset about is the fact that I won't be able to stay there the whole entire day. But I know I'm going to see a lot of good kicks, and I want to see what you kick. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned. We are going to be live tomorrow. So when Bill Schaefer kicks, you're going to be able to see it live because I want to see this.
No pressure.
No. Mr. Schaefer, thank you so much for
Thank you.
me. I got a couple of guys that I do want to talk to. I appreciate your time.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see where this thing's go. Again, ladies and gentlemen, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, launchpadkickoff.com. He is one of the co-inventors, Mr. Bill Schaefer. Excited to see. And again, changing the game of football, continuing with its elevation and also its evolution. Be back to you guys in just a moment.
At Fusion Sport, we're all about driving human performance. We develop and support a range of technologies all designed to assist people to be their best. Smartabase is used by hundreds of elite sporting organisations across the globe, and more recently has been used by the military and performing arts as well.
Our Smartabase technology has at the heart of it an integrated and connected philosophy. What's different about Smartabase is that it's truly flexible and self-engineerable. That really puts the power into our customers' hands, and it allows them to use it in unique ways that perhaps we haven't even thought of.
Ourselves and the rest of the field, but here comes Jimmy Stone.
Welcome back to the Sports Arena, ladies and gentlemen. Your man Eric Wilson here, National Scouting Combine. We are going into day 4, and like I said, Grand Park Event Center, Indianapolis, Indiana. Tomorrow we've got the long snappers and the punt kickers and the field goal kickers. This young man, very much like Mr. King, who was on previously, he has been doing so much work this week that you would not believe me if I told you he, in fact, is a field goal kicker. He's got some highlights on his IG that I'm going to let him tell you about because I heard the story because you know me, I had to go do the research. This young man is a kicking machine. So as I do with all my athletes when they come on the show, I give them the platform. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey everybody, how we doing today? I'm Anthony Prevost. I'm out here just looking for the next best opportunity to be great. My past consists of, just playing any position that'll put me in position to stay on the field. I specialize in kicking. I have capabilities in doing any and every other position. I'll run you down the list real quick. I played slot receiver, wide receiver, kick return, punt return, a little bit of quarterback.
No. Not little bit of quarterback. Not little bit of quarterback. This brother's been here since Sunday, okay? And he's been throwing to running backs. He's been throwing to tight ends. He's been throwing to wide receivers. And now tomorrow, he gets to go out and do what he loves, being a kicker. Yes, I'm just telling you. I always say athletes come to the National Scouting Combine. This young man embodies that simple statement. He is, as his shirt says, hashtag be an athlete. He is just that.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited. So, okay, love of the game.
Love everything about the game. I love how the game is improving. My love for the game solely comes from the fact that so many people told me what I couldn't do, what I wouldn't be, where I shouldn't be, where I wouldn't go. So not only to prove it to them, I go out there to prove it to myself. And then you meet great people along the way that help support you and make you better along the way. So if anything, it's I play by a model that we had while I was in high school, and it goes, play for those who can't, play for those who were here, play for those to come, play for those that wish they can do it. And for as much as you have the ability, go out there and do it. I walk by this quote from my father every day. Imagine what you could accomplish if you never feared failure. So I go out there and attack that every day. I have that in my mind, instilled in my mindset every day to be greater than I was even just the last hour ago. So that's what I'm all about. I'm all about seizing the moment, being the moment.
Where's the microphone? So I can drop it. Where's the mic so I can drop? I ain't got nothing left to say. I got one more question. I'm gonna let this brother get some rest because I know tomorrow he's gonna go out there and shine like a star. So, if you could play for any NFL team, if you had your pick, which team would you want to go play for?
The New England Patriots, my favorite team.
Okay, so you would be a part of that Belichick way, and very much along the lines of Adam Vinatieri and our very own Jimmy Kibble. You would fall in line of those great kickers.
Absolutely, I'm trying to follow the greats to be one of them.
Well, man, please. Best of luck to you tomorrow, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Remind the people who you are, sir. They need to pay attention to you.
Yes, sir. My name is Anthony Prevost out of Richmond, Virginia. Come follow me on _PR3VO5T or Superior_Specialist. Check me out at superiorspecialist.com. And remember, always be an athlete. Always be an athlete. Don't forget to be great.
Amazing. Brother, thank you so much. I'm excited to see you tomorrow, man. I'm going to get another brother in here really quick, but it's amazing to see what these young men at the National Scouting Combine do. This man, like I said, embodies being an athlete. Man, Eric Wilson for the Sports Arena. Be back in just a few moments. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sports Arena. Man, Eric Wilson here, National Scouting Combine. We are going on day 4, and it's the Grand Park Event Center in Indianapolis, Indiana. We've got the punter returners. We got the field goal kickers. One of those men is joining me here right now, sir. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, how are you? My name is Enrique Yeni. I'm from Mexico, and I'm a kicker punter.
Wow. Mexico. Jimmy, I keep telling you, International Scouting Combine. Stop with this national. We must be on a global level, but that's a story for another time. So, Enrique, talk to me about your love of the game, sir. Where did it come from?
Well, I started playing back in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I played in Georgia, my high school. That's where I learned like how to kick because I used to play soccer my whole life.
Okay.
So when I got there, my soccer coach, who was also the lineman's coach in the football team, he told me that I could be a good kicker. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. Then met my kicking coach, who taught me like from zero how to make an extra point. So I started playing and just loved it.
Wow.
Yeah, I just loved it.
So being a kicker, has it been difficult to go from being a soccer player to a football player?
Well, it was for me because I had to switch my whole movement.
Right.
Like my approach to the ball, it was way different. So for me, it was kind of difficult, but I enjoy it.
Okay. So the question that I am asking everybody, sir, is simply this: if tomorrow you go out there and you shine and you do your thing, and you start sending your tape out to these different teams, is there a particular NFL team that you would like to play for?
I mean, I just want to play in the NFL. I mean, I don't care which team is. I just want one team who will trust me,
Right.
and the one who gives me a chance, and that's the team I'll be forever grateful with.
Okay. Do you have a favorite team though?
Well, I like to watch the Patriots.
Okay.
Because I mean, when I started watching them, I started looking for them, and I saw that Vinatieri was with them, and he's like one of my idols down there.
Okay.
Then they had Gaskowski, who is a really good kicker. So I've been following them for that too, and well, they had Tom Brady too.
Right. Yeah. Never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, please. Remind the people who you are, sir.
My name is Enrique Yeni. I'm from Mexico, and I'm a kicker punter.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing you out there tomorrow. Have fun tomorrow. I know you guys are going to do great things.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Your man Eric Wilson here for the Sports Arena, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in just a few moments.
Connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Your man, Eric Wilson, Sports Arena at the National Scouting Combine, Day 4. I am on the Twitch page, the Twitter page, and the YouTube page. So this is my last gentleman of the night. Sir, please introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are.
Hi, guys. I am Jernard Nunley, and I am from Missouri, St. Louis.
Okay. Seeing that with the Blues, man. Congratulations on their Stanley Cup championship.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your love of the game. Actually, what position do you play, sir?
I am actually a cornerback, but I would like to try out for a free safety spot.
Okay. So why the cornerback safeties position? What about it?
Well, freshman year, I was more of an offensive player,
right?
And then my high school coaches really kind of just pushed me away from offense a little bit, just pushed me away from it and wanted me to completely play defense. So that's when I really started training and focusing on cornerback a lot. And then that's when I would go to the gym, work out a lot. I got myself a personal trainer. And I would just practice it a lot. I would make sure I wouldn't miss a mini camp. Sophomore year, I took the varsity corner spot.
Sophomore year.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Talk to me about that. What was that like?
Honestly, I didn't know it was gonna happen. I honestly think I got it because I didn't miss a mini camp. I showed up early. I make sure I work harder than mostly everyone usually. It was nice. It was cool. I know some of the older kids were still. I don't know. I had a one of my teammates. He was a senior that year. Kind of jerk.
Well, of course. I mean, listen. You're a sophomore. You're coming in, and you're outperforming. And just because your teammates might not see that. Your coaches see that, and they recognize that. So, in a sense, they wanted to make sure that they put the best possible team constructed together out there. And if you fit into that mold and you fit into what they were trying to accomplish, which essentially is getting a W, I mean, there's going to be that type of tension, if you will. But that should not speak to who you are because you decided to take it upon yourself to learn your craft. Coaches saw that they thought you would fit better into the defensive side of the ball. So they kind of, like you said, they kind of nudged and pushed you over there. When you got over there, what did you do? You embraced the role and you elevated yourself. So never be, what's the word I'm looking for? Never slight yourself because of what others may think. You were given a great opportunity, and that's something that to be celebrated, So, and I'm very excited to see what you do tomorrow, running some of these drills and how you're going to perform. The question that I do ask everybody is, if you could play for any NFL team, which team would you want to play for? And more importantly, why?
I've always wanted to play for the St. Louis Rams. When they were in St. Louis.
Now they in LA. You'll go play in that new $5 billion stadium out there in SoFi?
I would still go play for the Rams.
Still go play for the Rams. Now, as a defensive guy, it would be you on one side and I believe Jalen Ramsey on the other side of the ball. Talk to me about how the two of you would be able to, just make the defense that much better. If that shot was to happen.
I feel like let's see, I'm more of a Jalen Ramsey. I'm very physical.
Okay.
I can press up.
All right.
Jalen Ramsey just has the speed on me.
Okay.
And then as I look at the game, if he's not mic'd up, it just seems like he's more of a silent type of leader. That's how I am. So if we were to play together, I feel like it would just be more of a two silent leaders type of thing going on.
Okay. I mean, don't forget about Aaron Donald now.
Yeah.
You got him up front, so.
Yeah, he's an animal. He's loud,
He is.
He
is. But to have, a leader such as Aaron Donald, and then to have a Jalen Ramsey, now to have you, how good is this Ram defense going to be?
It'll be amazing.
You think so?
I think it'll be amazing.
Because, you got to figure now, in that division, okay, you got the second coming of the Legion of Boom in Seattle. Now we're adding you to the mix in the Rams, making the Rams a better defense. All right. Then you got San Francisco, and they're up and coming. They're rebuilding, retooling, do whatever they need to do. But they're always that team in the back of your mind that you can't sleep on. But now you've also got the addition of J.J. Watt and Patrick Peterson. You're talking about a division with some of the top defenses in the entire NFL. Are you ready for that? Let me be very honest. Are you ready for that challenge? Because if you get your shot, okay, to play with the Rams alongside Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, bringing the intensity that you bring, being that silent leader that you talk about, there is going to be a very high expectation. Are you, sir, Are you ready for that opportunity?
Yes, I am.
100%.
Yes, sir. 100%.
No doubt in your mind at all.
No doubt. No doubt.
I wish you the best, my brother. Thank you so much. Do me a favor, please. Remind the people who you are.
I am Jannard Nunley Jr. and I would really like this chance to play some NFL football.
Okay. Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. I'm excited to see what you do tomorrow, man. Best of luck to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for your man here, Eric Wilson. National Scouting Combine Day 4. We wrapping everything up tomorrow. Make sure you tune in to the social media platforms of the National Scouting Combine on Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, and also YouTube. You are going to get the access. Watching young men like this man right here go out and do his thing. Exclusive testing events for aspiring pro athletes. Have a good night, everybody.